ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು
ಏನಮ್ಮ?
ಸ್ವಾಮಿದ್ ಬುಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಆಟೋಬೈ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ
ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ
ಅವ್ರ when I gone through the Kasturi's daughter's interview, what she was saying is initial days he couldn't give sari and all to her and all she was mentioning. Swami is omnipresent and everything. He had the power since from the beginning. Why she has mentioned like that? I wanted.
Who is that lady? What is that name?
N. Kasturi's daughter. Her interview came in two languages.
Dr. Padmanabhan's daughter.
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Correct. That is, she is the daughter of Dr. Padmanabhan. ಏನಮ್ಮ?
ಎನ್ ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮಗಳೇ, ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ಮಗಳ? ಓಹೋ, ಅದನ್ನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. I did not listen to her.
No, she is mentioned as if Swami was not like a god. He was initial days. He was like a normal human. She interpreted like that.
I know that shows her knowledge about Swami. That's all I can really say. So many people are there. So many non-believers are there. They don't believe. Okay, it's up to you. I see. You know your husband. You know your mother. All people say she is not your mother. Will you accept it? It's all right. Your own wish. Okay, she is my mother. That's all. Similarly, you must have that kind of a conviction that whatever people might say, let us not criticize them. That only shows their ignorance, their pittiness.
Yeah.
So ignorance. So we have to pity them. We have to pray for them. Oh Lord, please give us good idea, good wisdom, so that she will know what it really is. That's all. See, nowadays criticism is very bad. You know why? We create enmity. This world is like that. The moment I say, Saradaji, that's all, immediately I become your enemy. The world is like that. We take everything as granted, and everybody should appreciate what of all we did. Even if somebody finds out 1.000% mistake, immediately I become your enemy. Today, the world is like, because mind is so agitated in this world. Mind is so agitated. We are not able to control. The control is out of question today. We speak whatever we feel like talking. Whether we talk, we should not talk, those things we don't think. So that is the reason why we become animal. Vanaras are like that in Ramayana style. They talk whatever they feel like talking. We should not. We should control. You must know before I talk whether I am hurting somebody by talking like this. Then we must plan. Come to a conclusion, then talk. Don't talk just because you get your mind says talk. You should not talk. That is animal minded. So always control your mind. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾವೇನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ನಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ನಾವೇನು
ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಲೈವ್ she is mentioning initial days he could not give sari ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it was so pathetic ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ omnipresent
ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇವಾಗ? ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಒಂದಿದ್ದು ಬಿಡು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
That's all. Her knowledge is so limited. She could not able to understand what Swami is. ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ವೈಫ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದು ಮಗಳು ಈಗಿದ್ದದ್ದು ಏನ್ ನೋಡೋದು? ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಡಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ. ಸತಾಶಿವಾನ್ ಭವ. ರೈಟ್. ಸ್ವರೂಪ್, shall we talk? Shall we start? Sai Ram to all of you, Sai Ram to all of you, and Sai Ram to all of you. So we have to, let us talk about Aradhana Day, which I forgot to talk last time. I made a mistake. And yesterday happened to be Ishwaramma's day and also Shankar Jayanti Day. These three Always, whenever we come across, whenever we are talking about a classes, any festival that comes in, we should discuss about that festival in detail, about the spiritual significance of that festival, not the ritualistic festival. Ritualistic festival, everybody knows what spiritual minded, what is spiritual, the spirit behind it, spirituality behind it. Those things we should know more than that. That's why the festivals came. This is the land of festivals. Bharat is the land of festivals. Why they came so much of festival they met, so that man is not tempted by the sensual desires of the world. So it's a reminder for him, come back to me, come back to me, come back to me. Me means God. So that is the reason why they said. Now Sai Aradhana, Swami left the body on April 24th, 2011. We are celebrating on that day as Aradhana Day. What is Aradhana Day? There are so many kinds of gratitude, so many kinds of explanation can be given. Aradhana means you are welcoming him to our heart. Number two, an act of gratitude that we have not forgotten you. We follow your principles, rider principle. So the whole day, on that day, we should spend our time with him mentally, mentally with him, and then he likes it seva. He likes his favorite word is love, prema, and satya, dharma, shanti, prema, seva. Seva, he likes it very much. So what we do on that day, at least one particular per one, two, three, according to your capacity. So needy people, they require food. You prepare food for yourself. Same food you should serve physically yourself. You have to serve to that particular needy, and you say, Swami, this is for you. The reaction of this food, the action that I'm giving, not for me, it's for you, Swami. This is an act of gratitude. And on that day, the whole day, you see, for example, January 30th, 1948, Mahatma Gandhi died. What happened? Everybody goes to the Samadhi, sit there, sit for 2 hours, 3 hours, they sing bhajan and all those things, and then they go away. But here is what we do, we Sai devotees, the whole day we have to spend with him mentally, spiritually, we have to spend with him. That is called Aradhana. That is, you're not gone anywhere, you are in me, with me, and you are guiding me, I am being guided by you, I'll be guided by you, and act of gratitude. Swami, you did so much. For the past 86 years, how many discourses you would have given, and how many times you repeated the same thing because we did not listen. So he repeats patiently. I asked her so many times, I asked, Swami, in the last month you said the same point in the, yes, but how many people remember he said? Not even one. Therefore, better I repeat so that you remember me again and again and again. So much of patience, enormous patience, patience of infinity. He has got that much, and for all he is able to tolerate all our intolerance, so that we can become his devotee, his favorite. He is prepared to offer his heart for us. Only thing is we are not going there. We treat him as a physically. No. Physical body is there, nothing. We have to treat his, for example, the body has been given to realize the divinity. For example, electricity is there, you know that. How do you know electricity is there? So in order to understand what electricity is, you put a bulb there. That bulb gives glow. Oh, because of the energy, there is light. Without the bulb, nobody can understand nobody can understand the power of electricity. Similarly, here, God's energy requires a bulb. That bulb is not a human body. So that human body means, because the human body, God enters into the human body. As electricity enters into the bulb and makes it glow, so Swami also enters into your heart, makes it glow, become divine. That is the Aradhana day. We should sit and take more time, whole day, that you and God, nothing else at least at that day. That is Aradhana day. That is a day of remembrance, day of gratitude, and day of service, and follow his ideal principles, at least on that day, if not all the days. So this is what we should do it as Aradhana day. Now let us come back to Ishwaramas day. What is Iswarama, Mother Iswarama? I don't know. I think it was May 6th, 1976, I think. I was also in Whitefield at that time. And Swami was there in the first floor in Brindavan. She was in the ground floor. My wife and other relatives were all with Mother Iswarama. And Mother Iswarama, he said, Swami, she thought that she is not going to live. She shouted, Swami, Swami, Swami. Everybody thought that normal way of talking, but she fell down. Immediately the message went to first floor. Swami, this is what happened. She fell down. She has come. She has come to me. Come to me. But Vastuna, I am also coming. He came down. He saw, and he made arrangements to go by 2-3 cars. I also gave one of the cars to Swami. At that time, all the ladies, Iswarama's body, and all went to Puttaparthi for a Samadhi Day. So, what is this Iswarama Mother's Day? And Swami wanted us to celebrate that as a Mother's Day. What do you mean by that? We should treat every woman as a mother. Every woman is mother to a man, and every man is son to a woman. That is the feeling we should develop during Iswarama's Day. Most of the people on Iswarama's Day, what generally people do is they go to the maternity home, children's hospital, maternity home. Whoever delivers a child on that day, the mother and the child are given sari and given clothes and give them. This how Mother's Day we celebrate these things. So why this Mother's Day means, as I told you, have you ever addressed any woman by mother? He says. You always address by name or Mr. So and so, Mr. So and so. But have you ever addressed a woman as mother? The first question he asked. Swami, he only a 10-year-old girl or 8-year-old girl goes to Swami. Swami says, Amma, 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 he says. Amma means mother. You must develop that feeling by seeing every woman as a mother like that. This is how we should do it. Otherwise, there is no question of celebrating the Mother's Day. So, on that one day he wanted me to talk on Mother's Day. I said, Iswaramba Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamma Vishame Bhavambudau Krupayata Pada Pankaja Sitaduli Sadrusham Vichintaya. Means Iswaramba Tanuja Kinkaram. O divine son of Mother Iswaramba, Kinkaram, we are all your servants. Patitam me Vishame Bhavambudau. Due to our sinful activities, we have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Krupayata Pada Pankaja. Have some mercy on us. Lift us from this ocean of birth and death. Place at your lotus feet. Stitaduli Sadrushavavichita. We are like dust at your lotus feet. Let us be there. Give us the story. Give us the place for us at least in the lotus feet. This is the prayer of Swami. So Swami, this is Iswarama's Day. He go. You must treat. He asked me once, have you ever called any woman as mother, Amma? Yeah, except your own mother. There are some people here, especially in Telugu people there, they call mother by name, by her first name. Swami says it's all very, very bad, very bad. Why? Because mother's love is next to God's love. See, the difference between father and mother is, father sees the appreciation, the validity of the son, appreciation of the son is good work of the son, then he will appreciate. If he does not do good work, he criticizes him, abuses him. You are unfit to be my son. All the sort of unparliamentary words he uses against the son. That is father. Mother, the son may be a sinner, but still she loves him. Her love, therefore, is eternal love. God is not bothered about your father, your previous sinful activities. As long as today you accept him as God, he loves you. Similarly, father's love, mother's love, and Swami's love, both are equal. So therefore, the mother developed this feeling. Once I was in London, I was the chairman of a particular company, a private limited company in London, registered in London. I was the chairman. They made me the chairman without investment because I knew the technique of the so selling and purchasing treasury bonds of 200 million, $300 million like that. Nobody knows the technique. I only know the technique. Therefore, they called me. Anyway, then there's one David Hamilton. He was a Rajya Sabha member. We call it Rajya Sabha member here, but they call it as House of Lords. House of Lords became a member. So then we made a lot of money. We made. Everybody was so happy. David Hamilton was so happy. He said, he came to the chairman, I would like to give a banquet in your honor. So we'll call all the most of the House of Lords, and also we'll call some our own VIPs of London. I said, okay, it's up to you. No, you have to. You are the, in your honor. Okay, okay. Then you have to come with Mrs. Krishnamurti. Mrs. Krishnamurti. Mrs. Krishnamurti is in Madras. No, no, you cannot come alone. You have to come with a lady. What to do? What do you want me to do? No, I will arrange a lady for you to be. I said, what is this? I say, no, I can come or no, sir. Banquet means both men and women should come. Maybe your sister, maybe your mother, but a lady should be there. Then what to do? I said, okay. He brought one British model. The model means you can imagine what the way in which they dress and all those things. So he introduced. She was standing about 10, 15 feet away, and I was introduced, and he went there busy. She came near to me. Immediately I said, Mother, please come, Mother. Mother, please come, I said. That girl was shocked when I called her mother. Then she almost tear in her eyes. You were the first person to call me as mother. Do you look old? She said. No, 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 no. You're not at all old. You are very young. You're very beautiful. You're lovely. But the moment I saw your beauty, I thought of my mother. My mother also would have been so beautiful as you were at your age. But unfortunately, I did not see my mother at your age. So naturally, when I see you, I think of my mother. So I'm very, very helpful to you because you made me remember my mother. Come, mother, I will take you to the banquet. So as a mother and son are going to the banquet. Banquet means there will be music, there will be dinner, there will be champagne, there will be dance, all these things. There is not a banquet. I was a good dancer in those days during my college days, and also I danced in some of the nightclubs in Hamburg, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Hollywood, and like that. So everybody knows, my directors know that I was a good dancer. So they expected me to dance with her. Immediately I said, I called this girl. See, I got a very bad pain in the knee. I can't even stand. I have to sit. So I cannot dance with you. Don't please forgive me, my dear child. My dear, please talk. Ask you dance with somebody. I'll watch. So I sent her. She was dancing with somebody. Now drinks were served. I got my tomato juice I had, and I had my vegetarian food. And then, so everybody said goodbye, goodbye, good night, good night. I told this man, thank you very much for you. I told that girl, went away. He went and told the David Hamilton. He did not even touch me. He was addressing me as mother and mother and mother. He was taken aback. Then next day morning, this David Hamilton came to my house, hotel, paid all the bills, and he said, please come and stay in my castle because you are now treating as a woman as a mother, and I got a lot of girlfriends. Please bless them. I said, okay. Then afterwards, I got my own share of profit. I came to India. I had some liabilities as I paid. Balance, there was about 4.4 crores. So I went to Puttaparthi. I went to Swami, gave a check for 2 crores. Swami asked, where do you get this money? Then I explained everything. So I got 4.4 crores from it. 2.4 I'm keeping it, 2 crores. You know why I'm accepting the check today? Swami, I'm a devotee. No, sir. You address that young girl as mother. That is the way I appreciate your feeling. Every woman is a mother to a man. I appreciate that. Mechitini. Mechitini means I appreciate. Though that's why I'm accepting the check. Otherwise, I would not have. Amount is not criterion. The way she behaved at on that banquet hall, with so many girls are there, so many people are dancing. You did not dance. You did not drink any champagne. You had your tomato juice, and there you saw me. You felt my presence in the banquet hall. That's why you called her as mother. Young girl of 25-year-old, half of your age, he says. So why I'm telling you that we get When you have the feeling of you are with Swami, no other sensual desires will come to you except that motherly affection, the divine love affection. So that is motherly. So Iswaramba's day, everybody has to celebrate as a day that every woman, without woman, no man. See, the man can put a seed, but seed has to be developed in the body. Though you require a body, that is body of a woman. Similarly, see, bulb, without a bulb, the energy cannot be understood. So bulb is necessary. Similarly, mother is given that much of importance for the creation. He is part of creation. Father is not so. Father is not like that. Mother will be like that. So mother's love is so much. Therefore, one has to follow, treat every woman as a mother and address everybody as a mother. And you see, Ma is there in every language. Maji, even mother, Maji, Amma, all except in Kannada, I think they call it Tai. Or Sharadaji, Tai. They call Kannada people call it
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಬುಕ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ
ತಾಯಿ ಬುಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದಾ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಕರಿಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ
ಅಮ್ಮ
ಅಮ್ಮ correct. So that Ma is everywhere. That word Ma has got so much of importance. So you should teach every woman one day, even a young girl, a 5-year or 10-year-old girl, one day she is going to become a mother. She is respected. Mother, every woman, you just imagine, you see a woman in a girl, a woman, a young girl in the family way, with for 3 months old or 4 months, 5 months baby, everybody respects her. Nobody will have a very bad thought about a pregnant lady because mother is going to be mother. That kind of a feeling you should develop throughout. So Ishwarama's day is the day on which we should treat every woman as a mother and behave like that so that you become God. Like this is what behavior Rama did it. Rama even did not see a woman other than his own wife like that. So that is Mother's Day. Now let us come to Shankar Jayanti. Most of the people know about some of the Shankar Jayanti story that he was born in Kaladi and all that. At 8-year-old, he got sannyasi. His mother gave permission. He came back, and Govind Bhagavat Pada was his guru. His guru has taught him all the Vedas and asked him to go to Kashi. When he goes to Kashi, there is Mandana Misra. He was supposed to be the number one authority on Vedas and nobody can beat him in his arguments. So when he was talking something with the people, Shankaracharya went there and they also had a talk. He sat along with the crowd with his dress, with his Kashi dress. So then this Mandana Misra saw, what is it? Who are you? Why are you sannyasi? You have no place here. This is for the householder people I'm talking. No, there is some mistake in what you talked, he said. So this Mandana Misra got upset. You are a child, you are only like this, you are a young boy. What's the mistake? Come on, debate with me if you want to. Yes, I'm prepared to debate. So he goes there, and there has to be a judge. His wife is known as Saraswati, or somebody calls her Vijaya Bharati. In some book, it says known as Saraswati. So this woman, she is also educated, highly qualified like her husband. So she becomes a judge to see who can win. Then how to win? They say she brought 2 garlands, one garland to her husband, another garland gave it to her husband to give it to put it for Shankara's head. Those who are losing, the flowers in the garland will fade away. That is it. So argue. So they kept on arguing. Then half of the garland of Mandana Misra became fade. The other half did not. Then Vijay Bharati stopped the argument. See, Mr. Shankara is called Shankaracharya. You argued. Other half belongs to me. I am his wife. So you have to win me also. Then only the other half also will fade. He says, yes, okay. He says, what sort of martial sex a man can have with women? How many types he can embrace? How many types of kisses are there? How many, all these kind of questions you put it to Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya said, can a mother ask all these questions to his son? He said, No, this is a debate. There is no question of mother and son here. You answer to it. How many types of kisses are there? How many types of embraces are there? How many types of how to address women? How to address your beloved? All sort of questions. All these sensual questions. Shankaracharya is absolutely free from all those things, isn't it? And he kept quiet. Then after a minute, he said, "Give me 2 months' time. I'll come back." He said, "Okay." He went. He came back. What to do? This kind of you must answer in the Kashi. Otherwise, they will not allow him to stay in Kashi. So what happened? The king was the womanizer of that country, and because of womanization, he died. His body was being taken away for the cremation. Then at that time, he all his four devotees to take care of my body. I'm going to enter myself into that particular body, and then I'll come back after a couple of months. Till then, to take care of this body. Kept in a secret place, and his energy got into the body. The dead body got up. He went back to the palace. He had his wives and everything. Then he understand what is life, what is sex, what is embracement, everything. Then after 2 months, he came back to this body again. So he told Vijay, she also both became devotees. Both husband and wife, they said, we follow you. He is not then in that case also there, so Lord also wanted to test him. When he was going there, all the sages, his four devotees, hey, give way, oh, Lord, Guruji is coming like that. There one scheduled caste man, fully drunk, with four dogs on his hand, he stands there before. Hey, give way for him. He said, who has to give way to whom? He said. Enemy of Shankaracharya came and saw the scheduled caste man. What you are Shankaracharya, you are Shankara, you wanted your devotees want your disciples wanted me to give way. What sort of way you want? You want me to body go away or you want my soul to go away? Then they would understand Shankaracharya. He is not all the scheduled caste, he is Lord Iswara. And these four dogs are four Vedas. So he touched his feet. And Shiva is so happy. I'll give five five lingams, he gives it to him. And I'll tell you what to do with that five lingam. Then at the same place, afterwards, there would Kapalika. Kapalika means he kills people and takes his skull and he puts it on his head or puts it on his hand. So he is fond of killing people, take the skull out. So that Kapalika saw Shankaracharya, he came there to dig. Shankaracharya said, come in, you are a child of God, you are a child of God, I see divinity in you. And that man was taken aback. Hey, I am the one who killed so many. Where is the question of divinity? What is divinity? You are God. You are part of God. You are part of God. Then at that time, he says, at that time, he says, Durlabam Trame Vaitat. Durlabam Trame Vaitat. Daivanugraha Hetukam. Manushvattam, Mokshattam, Mahapurusha Samsecha. He says, you are not an ordinary man, Kapalika. Daivanugraha Hetikam. Durlabam Daivanugraha Hetikam. It is difficult to get Daivanugraham. Difficult to get Daivanugraha. If you get it, you are Daivan, you get Devi's and you get God's grace. If you are able to get three things. Three things is difficult to get. If you are able to get those three, you get God's grace. He said that Kapalika asked, what is that? What are those three? First of all, Manushvatvam, Mumukshvatvam. Number two, Mahapurusha Samsayecha. Manushvatva means manliness. That means no animal mindedness in your mind. You are a man. Mukshatvam, craving to get out from your body. So that means you are not the body, you are in the body, you have to get out and go back where you came from. That is Mukshatvam. Mahapurusha Samsayecha. Anyone. Mahapurusha means you are able to get darshan of exalted devotees who experience God within themselves. If you are able to get their darshan, then you get it. What do I get? See, you got my darshan, you saw me. You are renewed, you changed. You are changed now. You reform yourself. Otherwise, I would not have been before you. Then the Kapalika brings down and he said, I made a mistake. Forget about the mistake. God is there to help you with that. Then he also becomes a devotee. Like that, so many things happen in the case of Shankaracharya. So this Shankaracharya and in the five lingams, he gave four to his disciples. One is Sringeri, other is Jagannathan, Puri, other is Dwaraka, fourth is in Kashmir. The fifth one, he kept Kanchi. He kept Kanchi there and he established Pratishtha. The Linga Pratishtha was made there and called it as Kamakshi. And from that day onwards, he appointed people to take care of after his demise. He take care of the body was removed, was not created, disappeared body. So then from that day onwards, Kanchi Kamakshi, Kamakshi Pitam. The Paramacharya must know out of so many acharyas in Kanchi, the only acharya who could understand, who realized God. There are rest are they doing rituals. Rituals, everyone doing ritual, but it's only Paramacharya who experienced God within himself. So he lived for 87 years as a Paramacharya. 87 years from age of 13 to age of 100. He lived there. So that's why Paramacharya became godliness. So this is Paramacharya's this thing, Kanchi Kamakshi and Shankaracharya five lingams. This is what we should remember, that Shankara is not an ordinary person, is a part of creation, part of God. Therefore, Shankaracharya, we cannot forget. Mother Ishwaramba, cannot forget. Simula Aradhana, cannot forget. All these three, you should keep it to yourself. Now, let us come back to the subject. Any questions on this? No questions. Good.
Question, sir, I have question, uncle.
Hearappa.
Shankaracharya is a demigod and what is definition of demigod?
That's all imaginary one. There is no question of demigod. Demigod, full god, part god, quarter god. What is this? The fellow who is using demigod is no use. He is ignorant. And God can be a demigod, semi-god, quarter god, full god, 75% god. What is it? There's nothing like God realized the soul. He felt that God is in him. I am the part of God. That he felt it. Otherwise, at the age of 8, he became so pure. When that lady asked that question, you know anything about sex? He said, can mother ask this question to son? He says, you can imagine the way he explained. Yes, it's a debate. Anybody can ask any question. Then he said, oh, you want time and all. So there's no question of demigod or semi-god. That's why we should not read so many books. We get confused. You read what Adi Shankara says. So there's nothing demigod tai agayilla. Okay? Okay?
Okay, uncle. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, last week, we were talking about Pururava's family, dynasty. Out of which two sons were very important, I said. One is Jahnu, other is Jamadagni. And I explained about Jahnu, explained about Jamadagni. Jamadagni's son is Parshurama, and all the story of Parshurama came. Later on, this Pururava also had other children. Out of so many descendants. So because I'm not going to tell you, so many kings are there. So out of the descendants, one of the descendants is known as Nahusha. These Nahusha had sons, Yati and Yayati. So this Nahusha, what happened one day, he misbehaved with a celestial nymph. So Indra cursed him to be a python snake. Get down, go and stay there in one place. You can't move. Python generally does not move. It waits for its own food. So like you go. So now because then who has to become the king? This Yati, the first son. The first son said, no, I don't want to become. I want to become a sannyasi, a monk. Allow me. I don't want a kingship. So next son is Yayati. So Yayati became the king. So this Yayati like that. The neighbor kingdom is known as Sarvishta. This Sarvishta, the name of the king is Vrishaparva. Vrishaparva had a daughter called Sarvishta, and Acharya Guru for that kingdom is Shukracharya. Shukracharya has a daughter called Devayani. See, Devayani and Samishta, there are equal age group, very, very good friends. So they used to go together, play together, and all those things. One day they came to the lake, so they wanted to have a bath. So they removed their clothing. They went into the lake naked, and some celestial nymphs are watching from the sky. These people are taken naked, so they got, they were scared. So they ran up to take their clothes. Devayani by mistake took Salmishta's clothes and wore it. So Salmishta, princess, you are wearing the princess dress. She got wild. She took away all her dress and put her in a well, naked bath, put in the well. So Devayani was in the well for some time. At that time, the Yayati king happened to go down, and he saw a woman staying in the water, the well. So he gave immediately, she was naked, he immediately gave his upper garment, gave it to her, wear his upper garment, and he gave his hand. In hand, he lifted her. You know, in the marriage, I don't know how many people you know about this Panigraha. Your marriage before Muhurtam, there is a place called bride and bridegroom. Panigraha. Panigraha means the husband has to put like this, and wife puts her two hands like this. So two hands clubbed together. That means you are going to be already, you are going to be my husband, and you are going to be my wife. That is Panigraha. Husband's hand and bride's hand, bridegroom's hand joined together. And on that day, on that hand, they put on temple or coconut, flowers, and all those things. That is known as family. So these two have to bear the family. That is Panigraha. Before the, before the, I don't know whether it is before the Muhurtam or after the Muhurtam. Maybe after the Muhurtam, I think. I don't know, before the Muhurtam. Before the Muhurtam, what Panigraha is over, then only declare, then only you are tali. So this is known as Panigraha. So here in the case of Yayati, the girl felt naked. I am naked. You saw my body, naked body. You gave a dress. You gave me Panigraha. So I have no other go except you. Please marry me. Marry me, she says. Then he says, see, you are who are you? I'm a Brahmin girl. You are a Brahmin girl. I'm a Kshatriya boy. According to Vedas, you should not marry. Only a Brahmin boy can marry a Kshatriya girl. That is known as marriage Anuloma Vivaha. That is acceptable in society. Whereas a Brahmin girl cannot marry a Kshatriya boy. It is pratiloma. It is disgusting. Why is that? Why do they say like that? The man's qualities goes to the mother's womb. So the child that comes out more of mother's qualities, father's qualities. So if a Brahmin girl has a Kshatriya boy, Kshatriya, that means the boy does not become a Brahmin, he becomes a Kshatriya. So that means he goes out of becomes low out of mother's body. He goes out. So therefore, Brahmin girl cannot marry a Kshatriya because it's low caste. Low caste. But with this, he says, no, this is all I only. Then she explained to him there is a curse. There is a kasha called Bruhaspati's son. So Bruhaspati's son. So I, as a Brahmin girl, I went there to approach him to get married. That man refused, and you are approaching me. You can't get a Brahmin boy. I cursed him. So naturally, I can't get a marry Brahmin boy. You are the one who got him. It's up to you. Then it's all right. They went to Shukracharya. Shukracharya accepted the marriage. But this girl, Devayani, has got vengeance against the Sammamish. You threw her through the well. Then she tells her father, this is the position, let us go back, leave this kingdom, let us go back. So this king was so much afraid that Shukracharya and his daughter and some son-in-law all go away. What to do? He requested them not to go. Then he says, I don't mind, you ask my daughter. Then his daughter says, I want your daughter, Sammamish, to be my servant maid. To be my servant maid. This king agrees. This girl also agrees. So Sammamish go along with the Sharmishta is a Kshatriya girl. Yayati is a Kshatriya boy. So they went. What happened? These people, Kshatriya and Yayati and Sharmishta also fell in love without the knowledge of wife. That is first wife, Devayani. So now what happened? Devayani had two sons and this Sharmishta had three sons. They came to know the Sukracharya's wife, son, Devayani came to know that this boy, her husband had illicit connection with this girl, Dharmishta, and got three sons. And she went and go and complain to her father. The father said, "You are at this age. You are supposed to control your so-called sensual desires and all those things. You become old man, old age. You become old, so that you don't have this kind of a feeling, this kind of attachment to women and all this." Then this Yayati what to do? He asked Sukracharya, "Sir, see, there is one. Why can't you have remedy? I have not yet completed my full desire for your daughter. I have to some more is there, some more love is there for me to your daughter. Then I have to come back to my old age, my youth." He says, "Okay, you have four sons. You got five sons. Let any one son take your old youth, and there you take their youth, you take your old age, and you take their youth. Then you can do it." Now what happened? He asked his first son. The first son, he said, "No, no, no. First son is Yadu. I will later. The importance of Yadu comes later. I will tell you." Then second, third, fourth, no, fifth son was known as Puru, Puru. "Okay, father, you take it." He gives back. Then he enjoys with Devyani. Then after some time, they both decided that to get back to the world and get back to the tapas and all the give back that old age youth back to Puru, and Puru he made the king because all the other four sons did not accept. So these four sons, he allotted one towards north, one towards west, and towards southeast, and the other is south. Oh, five sons. One is southeast, west, north. Two sons are there. Two sons. One is in southeast, other is south. These two, where were this Yayati's kingdom is Kazakhstan. Today's Kazakhstan was his kingdom, and he had his neighbor country is known as Uzbekistan. There, Sibi Chakravarti. You must have heard of Sibi Chakravarti. I don't know whether you heard it or not. Sibi Chakravarti and Yayati, they are very good friends. So Sibi Chakravarti was famous for his donation, for his charity. You not to test God. God will not test him. God, in form of a dove, sits on his thigh. And immediately hunter came. "I came in search of dove. I want to take it and eat it." You can't eat it because he is taking shelter in my thigh. With me, you can't. Then I must eat. Give me some flesh. Then he says, "You take my flesh," he says. My flesh of my thigh, it sat there, but not the dove. He gave his flesh of thigh. That is Subhi Chakravarti. So famous for his charity. So these are the two. Kazakhstan, you can imagine from Kazakhstan, slowly Puru and Yadu both gave to south. Both gave to south. After this Puru, so much of dynasties are there. In the Puru, you must have heard of Dushmanta. Dushmanta, we call it Dushmanta. Dushmanta means most of the people call it a Dushyanta. But in Sanskrit, Dushmanta. This Buddha went for a hunt. There he saw Kanva Mahamuni's ashram. There is a girl called Shakuntala. She was the illicit daughter of Vishwamitra and Menaka. This Dushmanta fell in love with her, accepted her. She also accepted it, and he lived with her. And God went back. "I will get back to my kingdom. Then I will take you back," he says. He went to the kingdom, and he forgot about her. Then Kandu Mahamuni says, "You better go and stay with him because now you got a son. There is no name for the son. What to do name? That name God has given the name as Bharata. Brahma Vidyam Tasyam Brahmate iti Bharataha. So Bharata means one who knows the knowledge of self. That is Bharata. So this Bharata is unconquerable. She comes with Bharata, the child. He says, I don't know you. I don't know your child. I don't know anything. At that time, the voice from the herd, no, she is your son. He is your son. She is your legitimate wife. Take her. Then he accept the Dushmanta. Dushmanta accept the son Bharata. In that Bharata qualities, slowly when you are coming down and down, you get it Hasti, another king called Hasti, who created Hastinapura. Hastinapura, Hasti means elephant. He was fond of elephant. He was fond of elephants. So he tamed elephants there and constructed a city for the sake of elephants. That is known as Hastinapura. You come back to all those things. We'll see later on how it came. And Yadu Vamsa, Yadu, his own Vamsa called Yadu Vamsa. From there, Krishna dynasty comes in the Puru, the Kauravas and Pandavas comes in. All these things will go little by little later. We should not get it immediately. Now, this Bharata, he married 3 wives. All the 3 wives wanted to have children. In those days, marriage means they must have children. If the wife does not produce any child, even though there may be fault of the father, he must another woman. That's why in those days, every woman, every man, or every king has 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives like that, for the sake of begetting a child. So these 3 wives, so you wanted to have children, so you got 3 wives, they had children. All those 3, you got 3 children, and the mothers felt they are not up to the king, up to the expectation of the king. So they killed their own sons without the knowledge of Bharata. Then what happened? This Bharata felt bad. What to do? So therefore he wait for it, and he asked the God, please go God, give a son. Then they gave him the Maruts. 49 Maruts are there. They call it, we are adopting a child, we give that child to you. That is known as Bharadwaja. Bharadwaja means we son of Bruhaspati, not accepted, but brought up by us, take Bharadwaja. So Bharadwaja becomes this man's son, Bharata's son. So from that day onwards, from that family, one by one comes out. This Yadu dynasty, from there, this Ugrasena, so many people have come. Last king was Ugrasena, then Vasudeva. Vasudeva comes from Yadu Vamsa. Yadu Vamsa had, Vasudeva had 7 wives. 7, because they wanted children, more children, because men are shortage of men. So therefore, women, because men go for war, so people die, the shortage of men. Therefore, not to get men, so everybody got married in those days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So, one of the Vasudeva. This Vasudeva has got so many wives. Rohini, another wife. Devaki was the first wife. Second is Rohini, and so on. So then he married that Kamsa, that brother-in-law of Devaki, brother-in-law of Vasudeva. Vasudeva is married. Vasudeva is also known as Dundubi. Dundubi means the one who has got more wives. So this Vasudeva, once God tells, astrology tells Kamsa, your sister's son is going to kill you. He got wild, you want to put them into jail. Now in the jail, what happened? So many children, every child that comes, he used to kill the child. Seventh child, a girl. When you want to kill, he saw a boy only should have. Kamsa wanted to kill that 7th child. The girl appears and disappears. Hey, somebody next son will be your next birth will be your next boy will be your death. He is the cause of your death. He goes away. So he was afraid. He was waiting for the death. Now here, just watch here. Iswarama became pregnant not because of not because of her husband. She a blue ray when she was drawing water from the well, a blue ray got into her body. That's what she says. Similarly, here Devaki, on the eighth child, Vasudeva did not even touch her, but she became pregnant. Similarly, Kausalya did become pregnant, not because of Dasharatha, because of that poison, whatever it is. So similarly, Virgin Mary did not touch her husband, but before she got married, she got a son, Virgin Mary. All this because when God wants to enter to the world as a human being, He selects the mother first. He selects a woman, not the father, not the man. You see that? That is the reason why mother is given importance. He selected Devaki there, and Kausalya there, and Virgin Mary there, and he like this he selects people. He selects mother, and then he gives it to he becomes their son. So Krishna was born seventh child as in Dwaraka. No name was been given to him. Then what happened? This he said, and then he did not want to born in the daytime because daytime the entire Kamsa's army was guarding to know whether when the child is going to be delivered. They want to kill the child. So he waited the midnight. He born after 12 o'clock in the midnight and tells Vasudeva to carry and go back to Yamuna, give to Rohini. Give to Rohini other that is Devaki's sister. When he carries, he has to pass through Yamuna river and Ganga. When you were past the Yamuna Ganga river, then the Ganga started splitting, increasing at level. Then the child was in the basket. Then when he was afraid whether he is going to be drowned, then Ganges talked to her, no, no, I'm raising because I want to touch the feet of Lord. You are carrying the Lord, I want to touch the feet of the Lord. So touch the feet of the Lord, Ganges. Ganges was the first person. The mother Ganges was the first lady, first Jivi to experience God as the child as Krishna. Like that, the story goes like this. Then Balarama comes. All those things we will talk about it in next month, next class. We'll talk about birth of Krishna. This is what I have discussed now. What I told you now is ninth volume. This ninth volume, in this family also, you must have heard of Ranti Deva. Heard of Ranti Deva? I don't know. Ranti Deva is the one who is famous in mythology. He stayed for 48 days without food, without water. And on the 48th day, the food was given to him. At that time, when Shudra comes there, sir, I'm hungry, give you some food and all that. He gave some food, gave the food to him, and there was the water left. He wanted to drink water. At that time, a dog comes in, but thirsty. So he gives water to the dog, and nothing is left to him. So the Ranti Deva he becomes a godliness. He is one of the, if you go into deep system of 25 avatars, Ranti Deva also is become one of them because he proved to the world that man can live without food provided he does not have body conscious. So that is Ranti Deva. All the family comes under Puru Vamsa. Puru. That only Kuru comes. From Puru only comes Kuru. Kuru means action. Action. So this Yaduvamsa is different. Yaduvamsa becomes what happened. Slowly they're fond of cattle. They're fond of cattle. So they what is the sound? So they're fond of cattle. So they wanted to go on the cattle side. At the same time they had kings. This Kamsa also is Yaduvamsa. All these people are Yaduvamsas. Puruvamsa is different. Puruvamsa, as I told you, Ranti Devi comes under Puruvamsa. Then slowly it comes down to Hasti. Hasti means, as I told you, elephant. Achyutapura, where elephants are tamed, and he was fond of, that king was fond of elephant. Therefore, his name was Hasti, and he stayed there in Hastinapura, or the capital. Later on, it became capital for Kauravas and Pandavas, like that. So we'll discuss this in the next class. I wanted to go in more Lord Krishna's birth. See, this is Bhagavatam has been as actually so far. I am completing. Still, some more last two chapters are there for ninth volume. Once this ninth volume is over, 10th volume begins birth of Krishna. That is very, very much go in detail. We call it Sanskrit, they call it Dasamaskanda, 10th volume, and 11th and 12th also is there. 11th, 10, 11, and 12 is it only consists of Krishna's birth to Krishna's death. 10, 11, and 12. All along, we have studied about the 1 to 9 is only history, pre-history, what happened before Krishna came. So like that, so therefore, this next time onwards, we go little by little about Krishna's life. And the Kamsa, you know all those Kamsa, Jarasandha, all those things comes under the book. And how many miracles he did as Krishna to younger days. Each one has a little, and we also discuss about it. We also discuss about Krishna's horoscope, his nakshatra, Rohini nakshatra. All those things we'll discuss about these things. Shankaracharya nakshatra is Punarvasu. Punarvasu means Punarvasu, 3 padas are in Mitra Rasi, 4th pada is in Kataka Rasi. And we do not, but they did not give details, they only gave Punarvasu nakshatra. So 4th pada means Sri Rama. 3 padas mean Mitra Rasi. Mitra means dual personality. Swami is Arudra before Punarvasu. Arudra afterwards Punarvasu. Arudra means dual personality means nobody can understand. Nobody can understand him, what he has got in his mind. He may talk something, but he got something else in his mind. So he knows how to estimate you. But at the same time, he keeps on talking very nicely and all the things, estimating all your bad and good qualities. That is Arudra Nakshatra. So that is Arudra Nakshatra, Punarvasu Nakshatra. Now the Lord's Krishna is Rohini. Rohini is famous for strength. Rohini is the one which is strength. But what is the difference between Rama and Krishna? Rama is Ekapativrata. So many people wanted to marry him. He refused. So many cursed him. He accepted it. So many begged him. And he said, Tatastha, next time. So Krishna has 8 wives. And how many children do you know? I'm sure nobody will know how many children. He had 80 children and 1 girl out of these 8 wives. Because they wanted to, because the more the children, the more family, the more popular will be the family. Like that. That was all the things we see the details, we'll go later. How he got every wife. Every wife, they came to him, he did not go to him. So that is the difference between Rohini and Nakshatra's son. He did not go after a woman. They came and begged him. So he had to accept it. So therefore, for the sake of, otherwise they would have been dead. Look at me as like that. Everybody, Nagna is there, Nagnajit is there, Jambavati is there. Not Jambavati, Nagna is there. So many names are there, 8 wives. All those things will go in detail in the next week, the next class. This is next class. That is Bhagavatham means you only know about the story of Krishna. All these things so far what I told you is preliminary, previous. From this, how Krishna came, Lord came into existence in the form of Lord Krishna, 8th Astama Garbha, or Swami also Astama Garbha for Mother Ishwaramba. So these all things we'll discuss about in next class. Swarup, gone.
Yeah.
You are there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to conclude with this. Any questions if you want, you can ask. Subramaniam, Idiapa.
இருக்கேன்
So
இருக்கேன்
கேளுமா. என்ன
திவ்யமா இருந்தது திவ்யமா இருந்தது
அவ்வளவுதான். இல்ல பிகாஸ் நமக்கு சுவாமி வரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி சாரி when God before he enters into the world, he made all pre-arrangements. Who has to come first, who has to take care of who has to, all these arrangements are made. You see how when Swami comes to Madras, how much arrangements we made, and with all the arrangements only we go first to bring him here. We just come, we don't bring him here then make arrangements. No, we make arrangements. So many times, when our chief minister called for his wife, called Swami for food and all, Swami said, okay. Swami said, go and see. So I have to inform them, arrange them, what sort of food, what he eats, what sort of table, what is his plate, what sort of plates, everything I have to arrange them, tell everything, and then come back and say, similarly, I told you about Parsi. I forgot his name. Swami went to his house with a widower. So he called Swami. Swami said, okay, for everything he says, okay, I'm coming. Now there's no children for him. He's the elderly man, about 75-year-old at that time. So what to do? So these fool, I had to arrange and tell him this is what you should do, this is what you should do. I'll bring his brother's children are there. Bring them, the husband and wife, we let them serve the food and all arrangements. So similarly, Krishna makes all arrangements. Even Rama did not make that kind of arrangement. That is the different way. The difference between Krishna and Swami is Purna Avatar, Sampurna Avatar. Means they made arrangements. Without arrangements, you won't come. You won't come. If anywhere, see went to Delhi once, Swami, we went to Delhi. So somebody arranged. Alkesh Lad was an MP was there at that time. He was MP in Bangalore. Somebody I'll arrange a car from the plane from private plane from what is his name? Vijay Mallaya. Vijay Mallaya, he's in England. He's in trouble. What Swami said? Plane, Swami, 16-seater plane. For our old one, we'll arrange. Listen. She called him, Rapo. Go and see. I said, go and see a plane. What is there to see plane? Not many. Inside, I want to go and see. Inside, if you go there, you see Arabian Nights photo. A woman like this, like that, all painted. Hey, how can Swami sit there and see all these girls? That is the Swami saying, no. Then Birla gave their plane and Swami went. Because Swami takes care of every little bit. That is the difference between Purna Avatar and this Purna Avatar. We'll discuss more in detail in the next class. Okay, Swarup? Okay. Okay. ಶಾರದಾಜಿ ತಾಯಿ ಏನಮ್ಮ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಬಿಡು. ಸೊ ಶೈಲಜಾ, then Vardhan, can you hear me? Varda? Okay. Right, anything else? Swarup?
No, uncle, I think we can conclude.
I'll conclude then, okay?
Yes.
Okay, right. So, Shardaji, next week, next week we'll talk about more about only about Krishna. Varda is not elevated. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti. So next class we talk about more of Lord Krishna. Sai Ram to you. Shall I disconnect Swarup?
Yes, uncle.
Sai Ram.